Good morning and welcome to Qigong Live Online this morning. This is the advanced class. So somebody asked me about stepping the other day because I like getting questions from people that ask me about different subjects. And somebody asked me about how to step. And so stepping or the transition of weight to one side to the other. Now we've done movement from one side to the other. We've done the rotations. We've done the pendulum, what we call a pendulum, which is like an energetic movement from one side of the body to the other. But we're going to talk more about today. We're going to talk about the actual transition of when you move weight from one foot to the front, like when you're walking. Yep, and we're going to talk about that today. So first of all, we're going to bow. So roll back onto our thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top. Two thumbs are together. This connects the yin surface in the palm of your hand with the yang surfaces on the outside. So you have the yin and yang connection. And then the two thumbs are the two lung meridians. Gong. Make a fist with the left hand, cover with your right. Bring it towards your heart and then down to your physical center. Very good. So the stepping is important, and it's done lots. It's a lot in Tai Chi as well. The stepping in Tai Chi is very important. It's all about the weight change and the weight and how you move your center from one side to the other. If I talk about the center, I'm talking about your center of balance. So when we're moving, we have a center of balance, because when you get off center of balance, you fall over. And we've learned from a very young age, when we were little toddlers waddling around, where that center of balance is, because you topple over. And we get very good at it. As we get older, we learn how to protect the center. And martial arts is a really important part, because it's about where your center is and when you move your center and how you control your center, how you control somebody else's center, because you want their center. Because as soon as they're off balance, their body's fighting to get balance back together again. And so when you're going forward, they're going backwards, they're going backwards, they're going forward. And you're trying to keep them off balance. So while they're doing this, trying to get their balance back, they're not doing anything else. And so you're controlling their center. You control where their weight is, control where their movement is. And so that's part of the whole martial arts and part of Tai Chi. So but part of that, integral part of that, is the step itself. So when we step, normally when we step, and you see Tai Chi, when they first start, they start with their feet together. We'll do the same thing. And we do this sometimes when we're doing different postures, when we step out to the left. Yep, we step out to the left. And we change weight to do that. So I'm going to do that, but I'll mirror you so we're going the right way, because you normally step out with the left foot. You stand on your yang foot and you step off with the yin foot. Yeah. So you're actively grounding yourself through the yang foot, which is your connection between heaven and earth through that foot. And then you're moving the passive foot as such, and you're moving to the side and going across. Good. So, and I just did it the wrong way, so I'm going to go back over this side, and I'll mirror you. We're going to step to the left, yeah, and I'll mirror you, so we go the same direction, yeah. So when we step, the foot comes up. Now to change weight, we go right back to the very, very start. When we were standing together like this, we've got double weight. We've got 50% on one leg, 50% on the other. To take a foot off the ground, you have to move all the weight over to one side. Well, this way, we're going this way. Going to move all the weight over to get the foot off the ground. Otherwise, you can't do that. You cannot move one of the feet off the ground if it's got weight in it. Even if there's 5% weight, you try and get the foot off the ground, it doesn't work. You're just going to fall over. Yep, you have to empty it out completely, and you move it all over 100%, and then you can lift up the other foot. Yep, and so this is this weight change we talk about. But it's how you put it down is the most important part. So our weight changes inside our body, move to the side. The leg comes up. We put this leg to the side now. We put the leg to the side. Now, as soon as you put the leg to the side, you've got weight, like a cantilever weight going over there. So you're going to have to adjust slightly for the extra weight that went out there. And then the further you put it out there, the more you're going to have to go the other way to compensate for this big piece of weight that's sitting out over here trying to pull you down. Yep, so we're going to step up, step to the side. And the first thing goes down is your toe, then your kidney points, then your heel. But notice what's happened is I haven't changed weight yet. And then I come across. Yep. You'll quite often see people, they'll step, and as they put the foot down, they change the weight on the way across like that. Yep, and they fall, what they call is falling into your foot. So when that place where you step, and you go to the side, and we're stepping to the side, and if you just let the weight go, there's a piece of there that you have no control of. It's like when you're about to dive into a swimming pool. You get to a certain place where you go, yeah, and there's a point of no return of when you lean forward and all of a sudden, yeah, I'm going to get wet now. And you have to go because you cannot pull yourself back. Your center of balance is over that line and you have no control, and you have that thing that's happened with the free fall. Well, it happens with your step as well. So when we're stepping, if we step and we put our foot out and we just change the weight, then we've got this period of time, that period there, where you have absolutely no control. Martially, of course, that piece of no control there, you can just push them around because they can't do anything about that. They're just moving. So what the precision happens is when you control that step and you control the weight change. So how you do that, you pick your foot up, you bring it across, the toes go down first, then the kidney point, then the heel. Now, I've got my foot on the ground now, and I've controlled that. I can still move it back. I have complete control of that foot. I have complete control of the weight. And then I'm going to weight change across to the center. So no time during that movement did I fall into my foot or have no control. I didn't just fall into my foot. I picked the leg up, went to the side, I placed it down, toe, kidney point, heel, still have control, and then I move across with control. And that's the epitome of the step, of keeping that control of the movement the whole way. Because any time during that process, from the knee up, I can step. I can step behind, I can step to the front. I'm standing on one leg, basically. I put the foot out. I can still, if I want to, move it back. Move it back. Now that I'm happy with that, now I can change the weight into the center. And I'm making the movement across, this movement across, with both feet anchored at the same time. I'm not stepping across with no weight on that foot. I'm just falling into the foot. So I think you get what I'm saying. So the principle of that would be when you walk across a stream, you walk across a little stream or a little river, and there's rocks in the river. What you normally do is you'll put your foot out and you'll feel the rock, and you'll give it a bit of a wiggle to make sure it's not loose, and then you'll change weight and you'll stand on the rock. And then you'll look for the next rock and you put your foot on it, make sure that it's not wobbly, and then you'll change weight. If you do the other one, where you just step on the rock and have faith, step on the rock and have faith, the chances are the rock's going to move and you're going to fall off and you're going to get wet. So this is about the precision. So we're not taking anything, we're not taking it for granted that the rock will be okay. We don't know. We're going to test it first. And if we test our step and we know our footstep, the rock's strong, then we can move. And we do that with the walking. It's a great example of how we do this. And if you don't do that, you just go from rock to rock to rock. And we've probably all done that in our lives, stood on the rock and it's just gone boof and we've fallen off it because it was unstable. So the Tai Chi takes that into consideration, and the Qigong takes in consideration when we're stepping. When we step up and we step to the side, we have control. Put the kidney point down, put the heel down, and then change weight. Control the whole time. It's such an important thing. I'm going to show you a couple of exercises in the Qigong where how important this step is. Now, this is not easy to do for some weird reason, because we don't normally walk like that. We've learned to walk when we were a kid. We've learned to stagger, go like this, and we fall into the foot when we walk. Yep, and I watch most people, a lot of people when they walk, they sort of fall into their foot. They put their foot forward and they fall into their foot. Instead of having a control where you're stepping down, you put the foot down and move forward, foot down, then move forward, which is what Tai Chi and Qigong walking looks like. So it's the art of walking is a new thing for some people, but you can actually walk very, very efficiently. And when I walk, I have control of every step I take. I can stop anywhere on my step. I can stop anywhere because I have control of how I'm stepping. Yeah, I don't fall into my feet. I walk and I stand on my kidney points when I walk, and I'm walking on my kidney points. It's a strange look. But the control of the feet. So back to this. So there's a few things we've got to add to this now. This is the first part. I want to do something else as well. So first of all, we start with the feet here. Now, if you see some Qigong masters, my teacher used to be able to do this, which was very clever. He could change weight and you couldn't see him move his weight change. From when you've got your feet together like this, and you've got to move across. Now, I'm going to change my weight from the center to that side. So normally what you're going to see is you're going to see my head move across, and then I can pick the foot up. Because my body's had to move the weight across to the other foot. It's moved it across, then I can pick the foot up. But what he could do, he'd stand there and move the foot up and you couldn't see his head move. And how on earth can you do that when he's double weighted? Well, like that. I'm just showing off now. Pick the foot up. Double weighted, pick the foot up, no movement in my head. How do you do that? Well, it's an energetic movement because you're moving the energy across your body, and the part of the weight change is your energy change. And you're compensating with the energy so you can stand there double weighted, pick your foot up, and your head doesn't move. Yep. Martially, it's very clever because, of course, martially, if you see somebody move their head across, you know they've changed weight, so you can follow that. But if they don't move their head and they move their foot up, you don't see that kick coming. And I see martial artists and MMA and things, when they kick, they don't give it away. Their head stays perfectly still when they kick, and their body hasn't moved because they've learned how to change the weight inside themselves so they don't telegraph the kick. Otherwise, you move to the side and then kick. It's really obvious it's coming because you know you've changed all the weight. And they're very clever at it because they practice and practice and practice it, yeah? So that's the first piece, shifting the weight internally so you can't see it move. Now, to get the lead to come up, you have to go down on the other leg. So to do that, I'm going to have to go down on my right leg, go down on my right leg so I can pick up my left. So I'm compensating. I've got all my body's weight on one leg. Goes out to the side. I have to compensate as the cantilever goes out. I have to compensate internally as the foot goes out. Then the toe touches the ground, so all the meridians of the toes touch. Then I put the kidney point down. And to put the kidney point down, I need to bend this leg. I need to bend this leg to put it down. Because if I put it down by leaning across to put it down, now I'm doing the same thing. I'm falling into the foot again. But to put the foot down, I bend this leg. And then the kidney point, heel goes down the ground. Still can just move the foot back. There's still no weight in it here. So step, come up, change weight, up, move to the side, toe, put the heel down. I need to bend this leg, bend that leg. Now I'm still in complete control, and then come across. Perfect. I think you've got that now. So that's the key, and that's when you're doing martial arts, and Tai Chi is the same thing. When you're doing any form of martial art, you step first, heel, toe, and then move forward. Yeah, because otherwise you're doing the rock thing if you just step into the foot. There's a time when you're moving your weight forward and your foot's not on the ground where you're completely vulnerable in that place because you're not anchored. But if you put your heel, toe, and something does to that foot, you can just bring it back. Heel, toe. But if I put my foot out, my heel, and I'm moving forward like that, that position there is when you're vulnerable because I have no control of that. My body's shaking weight, the foot's not on the ground. Yep. So that's part of it. It's the same with the Tai Chi. Heel, toe. Power's on the ground and then come forward, yeah? Good. So we take that into the Qigong, which is the same principle of that, and that's the same with all the Tai Chi moves, no matter what you're doing. Toe, heel. You have control of every foot all the time, yeah? Toe, heel, have control. Don't walk into bushes. Don't walk into the bush. So we'll use an exercise where this change weight's really prevalent, and we'll use an exercise from the Shiva Shu Tai Chi Qigong system. And which one will we do? No, do the easy one. We'll do rolling with the waves. And I'm going to go to the left side first. Yep. So, but you're going to go to the right side. You're going to right. I'm going to go left. I'm going to mirror you. So you go to the right side first. So you step off with the foot. And the same thing again. Step up. Heel goes down. I'll come step back a little bit. Heel goes down. Then the toe. Yeah. Now to put the toe down on the ground, don't come forward to put the toe down. Put the heel out. Put the toe down. And how you put the toe down is you bend the back leg slightly. And the bending of the back leg is how the toe goes down. So you have still control of that foot. Heel, toe. Then I'm going to come forward. I'm just going to do the stepping for this exercise first. Then I'm going to come forward. Yeah. Pick up the back foot. Now when I step back, the same thing happens on the back when going backwards. It goes toe first, then the heel, then I come backwards. Yeah, and the toe comes up. Going forward, the toe goes down first. So I anchor the foot to the ground. I pull myself forward onto the foot. The back foot comes forward. Yep. Stepping backwards, toe, heel, then come back. Toe comes up. Toe goes down first. Remember to put the toe down, you bend the back leg. This is how you put it down. You don't lean forward to do this. I don't know why this is difficult for people. I think it's just the way we walk. We're not used to doing this. Toe goes down first, then change weight. Do you want to be grounded? It's coming forward, stepping back. Toe, heel. Now once you put the heel on the ground, in theory, you still should be able to put the foot back because I haven't changed any weight in it. Toe, heel, still no weight in this leg. It's still empty. Yeah. Then we rock back into the foot. Good. Toe comes up. Now, I'll give you another point. When we're moving, shifting weight, because we're doing energetic pathways, we're using the kidney point and all the meridians to anchor ourselves, and we're drawing energy up the foot. So when I put my toes off the ground, my kidney point's off the ground, my meridians are off the ground, everything's off the ground except for my heel. There is an extraordinary vessel, the Chong Mai, the Chow Mai, the yin and the yang Chow Mai travel through the bones, so we're connected to that, but we're not connected through the 12 meridians. They don't connect until you put your toe down. And as soon as you put your toe down, you connect the 6 meridians in your feet, and I'm drawing the energies coming up through that foot, and that's pulling me forward. I'm not pushing off the back foot, I'm pulling myself forward into the front ones. I pull myself forward. Now, if you get your toe off the ground and you do that, you can't pull yourself forward because there's no energy connection to the ground, and you're pushing off the back leg to go forward. But as soon as you put your toe down and you bring your knee forward, I'm pulling myself into the front foot, and that's where the power is. So you come forward, step back. Same thing when I go back. Toe, heel. And I'm going to pull myself from that meridians in the back foot. I'm going to pull myself backwards. I'm not pushing from the front foot, I'm pulling myself back. That's where the power is. Step back up, toe comes up. So that's where it goes, toes down. From here, I do this in class, in a physical class. We have somebody stand there and they'll put their hand on my chest. Put their hand on my chest with my toe up. Yep. And I'm going to try and move forward. And they're holding me, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get it to go forward. And I've got my toe off the ground and I'm pushing off the back foot to do it because there's no leverage on the front foot to move. And I'm trying to push off the back foot, and it's difficult. But as soon as I put my toe down and I bring my knee forward, all of a sudden I have all the power, and they can't stop that. I'm not pushing off the back foot at all. So martially it works 100% correct when your toe is grounded. When you see somebody punch, when they do something, they have to ground themselves to punch. There's a reason for the grounding. And so we're getting the energy from the ground. Ground yourself, pull yourself forward. Yep, step back, ground yourself first, pull yourself backwards. Yep. There you go. So the exercise that's involved with, which is rolling with the waves. I have to give the name of this. Make sure you get the name right. Heel, toe first. The hands are facing this way. Toe first. Comes forward. You put your head, chin on chest, palms facing ground, and you're looking down. Stepping back. Toe, heel first, then change the weight backwards. And when you slide your hands off, like sliding them off a table. Elbows down, and then the front toe comes off the ground. Then the toe goes down first, anchor that foot. Remember, there's no weight in it yet. It's anchored, and then I'm going to pull myself into that foot by bringing my knee forward. And that's where then you'll feel the difference of the power, and then bring the back foot forward. Stepping back, toe, heel, come back, toe comes up, toe goes down, press. So this is the Tai Chi as well, because this move, the press, this is called the press, or roll back and press in Tai Chi. It's exactly the same principle of having where the power is delivered from, where you get the power from for the movement. It doesn't come from the back foot, it comes from the front foot. Well, except for when you're going backwards, of course, then it's coming from the back foot. You're pulling yourself backwards. Cool. We'll try the other side. Step back. Same thing again. Step off. Heel. Toe first, then come forward. Toe, heel, come back. Toe goes down first. Forward. Good. Toe, heel. Remember, there's no weight in it yet. It goes toe, heel. To put the heel on the ground, I have to bend the front leg to put the heel down. Still have complete control, and then I move the energy back. toe comes up, toe goes down, press. Palms towards the ground, back foot forward. When the back foot comes forward, it's just the toes are just touching the ground, so you're still connected to the meridians, but not the kidney point. Step back, toes, kidney point on the ground, heel on the ground, roll back. Toe comes up. Toe goes down first, then come forward. There you go. We'll do one more. Toe, heel, come back. Toe down first, come forward. And this is energetically correct how your body moves and how it articulates to get the full power in your body and the anchoring through your feet to move. Yep, very cool. And then come back round to the front. Good. And the same thing, of course, when you change your weight to bring the foot back in again. Hi, Mark. I just want to say hello. Good to see you in class. When you change your weight, come across and then pick your foot back up. And then put your foot back down again. And then change weight again. Very good. You go, have any questions about that? As I say, it goes for all the Tai Chi, stepping forward as you go forward, heel, toe first, then the power. No matter what you're doing, whatever exercise you're doing, the weight changes first and then the power comes up afterwards. Yeah. And it always has this movement when you move your foot that the heel toe comes forward before you move, yeah? And do that. So part of that is understanding this efficiency in movement, but also the precision in it. And it's got everything to do with the connection to the ground, everything to do with the connection of the earth and the energy that comes up through your feet. And then you get full power when you're doing your Qigong, you get full power when you're doing your Tai Chi as well. Hopefully that's useful. If you have any questions about that, please ask. You're very welcome. Have a beautiful week and a beautiful day, everybody. And some of you, it's good to see you, Mark. I know it's too early in your morning. Well, it's actually late at your night. In America, have a beautiful day anyway. Cheers. Roll back on your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top, two thumbs together. Gong. Make a fist with your left hand, cover with your right. Bring towards your heart, towards your shen. And then down to your physical center, down to your lower dantian. Bring all the surplus chi back to the lower dantian. And then step back, same thing again, step back. Heel toe, step back, good, and just bow to each other. And everybody doing the class, anybody's going to do this class in the future, I hope you enjoy that. And as I say, if you have any questions, please ask. Have a great day. Bye-bye.